All right, good morning, everybody. Today is, Friday, and I'm on call, so it's just shop time. So I thought I'd do a video, quick tip video on 4.5-inch angle grinders or 5-inch or whatever you have. Somebody dropped me a comment on the forum and said, hey, I noticed you use different angle grinders. And I was like, well, yeah. I go, the reason really for that is I don't like having to change out the blade of the sanding disc all the time. And so over time, I didn't just run out and buy them all new, and I'll explain to you here in a sec. Here's an old DeWalt. Got it at a garage sale. I paid $5 for it because the handle was missing, and the guy couldn't figure out how to actually change out the blade in it. He bought it for one purpose, but it's an older one. It's got the nut up here. So what I do with this one is I keep a cutoff wheel on there. So here's one. Now the next one is a newer DeWalt, a little bit newer. What I don't like about this one is it's got this button that I have to hold down when I take this wheel off, but it's okay, because usually I'm just hand tightening them like you saw in a previous video that I did. And that's that. And so this one, I usually have a 60 grit flap wheel sanding disc on here. This one, I've got an 80 grit. This is a Makita. When I bought my home ec toolbox, the guy threw it in for another 10 bucks if I wanted it. I said, sure. I went ahead and I took it. Why not? The last one over here, it's one of my favorites. This is a Milwaukee, and it's got a nice button up here for locking. And this one I keep with a sanding disc on this. It's a much finer one if I'm doing, a little bit more detailed polishing on metal or something. Or you can use these on wood too. Another quick tip, don't take these guards off. I have a friend of mine takes his guard off, and I tell him it's not a good idea. The guard really doesn't get in your way. This one has a positioning pin here, and I can rotate this however I want. If you're using one of those cutoff wheels, they're real thin. And sometimes they can get a micro crack in them, and then boom, and they'll blow. So you don't want to get hit with it or hit in the face or anything else. So always wear your safety gear. Tip 1, tip 2, don't take the guard off. And then the other thing I was going to tell you about all of these, what's nice about having these set up this way is it makes things go quicker for me. I can reach down, and I have them on a piece of metal just hanging across the bottom of this welding table. I just reach down, I grab the one that I need, I use it, I set it back. And I can go from 60 to 80 to 120 grits, just boom, 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 because I have each one set up differently. And it helps me be a little bit more efficient, a little bit quicker in what I do. The cutoff wheels I use a lot when I'm doing the metal work that you see, making all these horseshoe things and railroad ties and stuff like that. And so I'll set 2 of them up, with the cutoff wheels. So when one gets down and I'm kind of flying along through a project, I got another one set up ready to go. Or I can put another kind of a wheel on there. So I have 4 of them now, and the comment was, you'd probably buy a 5th one if you got it cheap enough. Yeah, I would. What I would stay away from, I don't buy anything out at Harbor Freight that's got a cord on it, especially the 4.5-inch angle grinders. They're junk. If you watched my previous video when I was at a friend of mine's house, we took his back, I think, a total of 3 times, and he wrote on all these forums and all this stuff, don't buy it, and and all the panic that he had to go through. And I told him at the time, just save up your money, wait another paycheck or 2. They're not that expensive. Take a look on Amazon. You can look at Home Depot, Lowe's. They're really not. And get yourself a good one. What I consider a good one out of this bunch, I would go with the Milwaukee. I have no problem with either one of these DeWalts. They've been workhorses. And I've abused the hell out of these, and they still are running strong. And there's nothing wrong with the Makita. I like the Makita. It's got a nice handle. It's got a nice feel on it. It's all a matter of what you want to spend your money on. And if you run across a good deal at a garage sale, eBay, whatever, Craigslist, go ahead and pick it up. If you're getting it cheap enough, because you'll find that if you have different wheels on things, you can actually go more, like I said, you can actually go quicker through making stuff. Sometimes when I'm out in my shop, my time is limited because of work. So I might have to cut horseshoes, or I might have to do a lot of sanding, and it's nice to have them set up like that. and I can just go boom, 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 and I can move right along, you know, without having to stop, take the wheel off, put a new wheel on. Oh wait, I have to change it again, and you keep changing it, which I did do in the beginning, until I started acquiring, you know, more of these angle grinders, and then I thought, wow, I should have done this a long time ago. That's your quick tip of the day. I'm the Home Handyman. I hope you click subscribe. I hope you follow me. If you have any other angle grinders that you've got good experience with, you know, it could be the Bosch, the Rigid, I don't know. I mean, go ahead and drop it in the comment below. Let me know what you think. How many angle grinders do you use in your shop in what you're doing? You know, and what are your thoughts on them? These are the ones that I use. I really like these. I've gotten lucky. All 4 of these have really withstood the test of time for me. All right, folks, I will see you soon. I'll see you on the next video. We will be producing some more this weekend on finishing out that nail or railroad tie sign. I'll see you soon. You folks have a great day. Bye-bye.